Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of the 44th Mill Valley Film Festival. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Celeste Wong. I'm the programming associate with the festival. This will be my 4th Mill Valley Film Festival. They've been drastically different every year, so it's very exciting to be here with you. We are coming to you live from the MVFF daily live stream, which is sponsored by Make It Better Media Group. Thanks to them, we are also live streaming from the Marin Magazine social channels as well as the Mill Valley Film Festival social channel. So thanks for tuning in from any of those various outlets. Without further ado, I do want to bring up our very special co-host today, the Mill Valley Film Festival founder and director, and the California Film Institute founder and executive director, Mark Fishkin.
Hi, Celeste, and hi, everybody out there. As Celeste said, it's day 4. So we have 7 days, not even counting today, of great films, a lot of great films to see. Obviously, this is my 44th year, and I am so excited to be here with you. We're focusing on what we call the U.S. strand. And the U.S. strand is a strand that, the way we describe it, as viewed from inside and outside its borders. So we know that statement is charged in a lot of ways, but it's a very, very important perspective. Some of the films have already played. For instance, Red Rocket, which played last night, and we honored Simon Rex, who has just risen to the top of the awards season in his brilliant leading role in this film directed by Sean Baker. The film will be out in December, so judging from the reaction that we've had and other festivals have had, such as originally Cannes and Telluride, I would put that on your list for further viewing. Wouldn't you say so, Celeste?
Oh, definitely. It's for sure on my list. And last night was just such an amazing celebration with Simon Rex. It was a great time.
Yeah, it was just amazing to see somebody who had been in the business as a musician, a comedian, and in horror films, suddenly have his moment. And what's really interesting about that, and it's what I've heard from a number of directors, it's when you have the convergence of a great script, a great director, a great role, and an actor who's never had the opportunity to have all those things happen at the same time, it's an incredibly amazing moment when you see when it works. It is life-changing for that artist, and I think it's a very special thing for us to observe. Another really important film, a special film that we're showing, is Passing, and it's directed by Rebecca Hall, who is a brilliant actress, and it has an amazing cast of Tessa Thompson and Ruth Negga, who was here with Loving. There is a new screening that is happening, and correct me if I'm wrong, Celeste, I believe it's on this Friday at 3 o'clock at the Sequoia.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And those of you, and this applies to a lot of our bigger films, if you have something you're absolutely intent on seeing, do not dismiss the rush line. I have checked with my box office, and there are people getting in. Don't hold me accountable for this, please. I'm not making any promises, but I think you have a good chance. And who knows, if it's on the night that the Giants are playing, your chances may even be a little bit better. Another very important film that we just showed recently, it was The Power of the Dog, directed by the incredible world-class filmmaker Jane Campion. And there is one screening left on Tuesday, October 12th at 2:30 p.m. I'm not quite sure if it's at Rush, but again, if this is a must-see for you, please go ahead. Now, I know, Celeste, there are some films that you really like that you perhaps would like to mention as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the immense pleasure of being a small part of the Women is Losers Bay Area premiere that just happened a couple of nights ago at the Raffel. They're an amazing team, mostly Bay Area local filmmaker group, and they shot a lot of the film in San Francisco. So it was a really special screening with a lot of friends and family and people that worked on the film. So it was just lovely to be able to celebrate with them. That's a great film for this strand. It really represents the breadth of diversity that is sometimes forgotten in content about US. So that was really special. It is still available online to stream, so I would definitely recommend that people do that if they're not feeling like they want to go to the theater. They want to just enjoy the film festival from their couch. I would recommend that film for sure.
Yeah, that's a really important thing. Thank you for mentioning that, Celeste, that the online program is going on simultaneously. And some of these films that have already had their theatrical premieres are still available online. So always check that out first. Speaking of local filmmakers, I'd like to mention a film that's actually having its world premiere tonight, which is called Center Divide. And it's directed by our longtime friend, Rob Nielsen. Rob came to me in year 2 of the Mill Valley Film Festival and placed his trust in us with a film called Northern Lights that had just won the Camera d'Or in Cannes. And he gave us the US premiere, probably the North American premiere. And we've been supporting his films, and he's been supporting us for many, many years since. This is the second film in a trilogy, and it's a little different than some of his films that he's done lately that have been more set in urban environments. It's very wide, open landscape, beautifully shot in black and white. And I think it's one of his finest films in recent years. Rob not only won the Camera d'Or, he won the Dramatic Prize at Sundance a number of years ago. And he's not only a treasure in the Bay Area for his award-winning films, but he has a unique idea of making films. He makes films with non-actors and actors as well, and also people who had a rough time in their life. Many people, acting classes that he put together for people who were part of the homeless community, and he has changed their lives. So there is another screening for that, which is Wednesday, I believe, October 13th at the Ravel, if I'm correct.
Yes, you're correct. And there are still tickets available for that one. The world premiere is tonight and is at Rush, I believe. So that's going to be really exciting. But there will be a chance to see it again.
There are other films that are in this US strand. And by the way, this strand is sponsored by the Marin Independent Journal. So great thanks to them for making this possible. American Gadfly, which is a really powerful documentary. And it's available online. And there is a screening on Monday at 8:15 at the Sequoia, and Tuesday at 7:30 also at the Sequoia. I would definitely urge those who are interested in documentaries, especially with a political slant, to take a look at that film. Celeste, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Absolutely. Just a note, one of the other, I think the last one that we haven't quite covered yet is Jockey. It already played at the Ravel, but I do just want to give it a shout out because it's part of our amazing program. And I know, Mark, we've both talked about how much we love this film.
We do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. The central performances are so incredible. So I definitely recommend, checking it out when it comes out.
Yeah, the lead is Clifton Collins Jr., and you may not recognize his name, but you certainly would recognize him by his face. And he's an extremely talented actor, and it's going to be distributed by Sony Pictures Classics a little bit later in the year. Well, I just want to say a few words about our program in general. And we know sometimes people do get discouraged when they can't see their first choice, and that's why I've mentioned the Rush line. But I would also urge you all to take a chance. Take a chance on seeing something that maybe is not your first choice or second or even third choice, because there are so many talented filmmakers here and interesting films with world perspectives and films that make a difference and are incredibly entertaining. So I, again, would encourage you to at least pick one selection maybe that you wouldn't normally see, and give it a shot.
I love that advice. Perfect note to end on. Thanks so much for joining the live stream, Mark, and thank you all at home for joining us as well.
My pleasure. And thanks to all the people in the audience for 44 great years.